What is up, everybody? Have a seat. Poop. Goddamn right. We're talking about injuries today. We're fucking back big time. What's up, Jake? Hope everybody's doing good. Hope you watched the new comp on the Facebook page. Almost nobody saw it. Almost nobody saw it. So if you haven't seen it, watch it after this stream. Not right now. Not right now. Yo, did you get hurt in a funny way? Or even did you hurt somebody? That's even better for me. Injuries, bro. We've all had them. Please let it be funny and let's keep it light. Like, I don't want to hear anybody. If you were maimed, I better be laughing about it. That's all I'm going to say. Go ahead and drop a call, 540-583-4464. We're going to hear some good ones. Yo, the worst way to get hurt is when you're fucking around. Like, something about getting hurt when you're doing something really stupid, it hurts so much worse, and you're also like laughing at yourself. Like, one time I burned like a huge patch on my face on a light bulb that I was fucking with when I was like 13, and it was like a 2nd-degree burn. Like, it was no joke. And I was also just fucking around with the lamp in my room, so I was like also mad at myself. Like, it was just a lot. It was a lot of emotions to go through at once. Already almost done with another new comp. Since this last one flopped, we're going right back. Going again. I'm just adjusting my screens here real quick. Yo, one time I was wrestling this dude and he threw his head back and the back of his head hit me right here and it split the whole back of his head open, and I just had like a little lump, but his shit, he had to go to the hospital like immediately. I didn't see him again for like another several days. Like, so that was pretty cool. Like, oh, one time this giant ass dude that I lived with, this guy was probably like easily 6'5" and well over 400 pounds, like a real big son of a bitch. And I was always fucking with him when he lived with me. And one day he tried to fight me and I beat the shit out of him. And I was so stoked because I was really scared. I wasn't really scared, but like, even if you think you can beat up a giant dude, like that's kind of like a thought every guy has right before they get beat up. So like, even though I was pretty confident, I was still very weary. And then I fought this fool in my kitchen and choked him 100% out. And then when he woke up, he was like, dude, I think I broke my finger. And I was like, I bet you did. And it was just a good feeling. Once you beat up a giant dude, like, you're going to chase that feeling the rest of your life. You'll never feel that good again. Like, good luck. And if I can be that dude for you, that's fine. Come beat me up. I'm okay with that. Because I get it. Ooh, it's up. Phone line is open. 540-583-4464. Injuries. We're talking tough about people getting hurt. And I'm not talking about feelings. I mean, if your feelings can get injured, that's for sure. That much I do know. Yo, I was working on a custom action figure in the morning on the 4th of July a few years ago, and I was cutting something out with a razor blade, like some plastic, and it slipped and sliced open the top of my finger, and I immediately went like this, and I could see like white. Anytime you see white stuff where there's supposed to be red stuff, like something has gone awry. Like, that's no good. Celine and Barnes injury attorney. Dial all fours for legal help here in Sacramento. That's a popular commercial. Oh, all eights. That's a good one. It's a good number. I wonder if I could get a number that's all numbers. Probably not. They're probably hard to get. There's only 9 of them, right? Ooh, we're getting a call. What's up? Thanks for calling.
What's up, Uncle Poop Ball?
How's it going, man?
How we doing, man?
Doing good.
We're good. Yeah, so here's my story. I just moved to a new town, met a bunch of friends, and we were playing like a pickup game of soccer, and there was like a 12-year-old kid that like runs up on me, and so in my like I was just trying to do something where I kind of like hop forward, so like my body's in between him and the ball. But that's how everyone else saw it, and it looked like I was trying to do one of those crazy like Ronaldo spin moves on a fucking 12-year-old in a not serious game, and yeah, fucking just popped and fell over, and I was just, oh my god, I was in agony, and everyone was just like, they just looked over me, and then the game ended, and everyone just walked away. even my friend that I came with, and he was like, I was like, dude, I think I tore it. He's like, yeah, you look like a fucking idiot.
Bro, it's like it hurts worse because like you also look stupid while it happened. Like it makes it so much worse in the moment.
Yeah, 100%. I was trying to like hold my shit. I was like trying to tell him, I wasn't trying to like fuck this kid up. I was just, I don't know.
I wasn't trying to spin move this kid.
Did
you end up like it was completely blown out? You had to have surgery or what?
It was more of like a really, really bad strain. Like it took me like months to get back, but I didn't need surgery.
Damn, that's crazy. And now you can cross as many kids as you want. You're just out here left and right, juking them out.
I stay away from soccer now.
Too many people got hurt last time.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, bro. Well, thank you for sharing that. I hope that you get to meet that kid again. Like, I hope that you get to compete against him in another way. If you guys are both done with soccer, that's fine. But maybe you'll get to fight him. Maybe it's like long enough now he can drink and you're gonna meet him in a bar. You know what I mean? All these things are possible. It's a small world.
That's a very valid point. Maybe.
Good luck and happy hunting.
Thanks, man. You too.
I hope he finds that motherfucker. I hope he finds that little kid. What's up, Bronado? Bronado's a pretty good one. I don't know if I've heard that. If I ever heard that commercial. I don't think so. 1-800-888-8888. I've not heard that. Got 1-800-588-2300 Empire. Today, I know that one. I know most of the jingles, I feel like. For you to say there's a popular commercial I haven't heard is surprising to me. I'm old, so I know those things, right? When you're like when he said it was like a pickup game right away, I was like, it's all bad. Like as soon as like everybody's kind of goofing around and not taking it seriously, like it's like a half speed game, more than one person's gonna get hurt. Like as soon as that's what's in the mix, like that's the energy, like something happens, luck changes or people are less careful and somebody's getting hurt. Australian slang for a loose unit. A loose unit, like I'm going to need one more synonym. A loose unit. I like the sound of it. I got to tell you, even with no context, I like the sound of it. That is done. That's a little treat for me. Do you think there's a Reddit thread about this? Let's find out. Unit, Australian slang for a person or persons that know how to get down. Oh, okay, like an absolute unit. Like I know unit that way. I was about to get a tattoo that said absolute unit. I say absolute unit about anything. A big dude, a big cat, a big sandwich. It's universal for me. A loose unit. That sounds, I like the sound of that. I'm here for it. I hope somebody can describe me as a loose unit. Wouldn't you know it? There is a fucking there's a oh, excuse me. There is a funny injuries Reddit, as it turns out. This looked like it could have been a little bigger in the last clip. Let me know if you can read that. You're looking like a sick unit. Let's go. This means he's already called me a cunt like 3 times. Like, he's being cool because he's on the Facebook chat. But this means he's used the C word many times, like in a positive way, and I'm here for it, bro. Even without confirmation. Thank you. What's up, buddy? What's up? What's up? Squeegee. What's up, Deej? All right. New house, new injury. Yo. Okay. I thought this was a long story, but it's not. When I was 8, I had a new house. It wasn't finished yet. We went there and the kitchen was finished and the bathrooms and all the walls and floors. So I was just being a kid and I was hyper running around the halls and I crouched down. He was crouch sprinting so fast. I made a huge scar. Bro, he from the baseboards is not an adequate thing. Also, maybe I have to pre-read these. That wasn't funny enough to be reading. I'm mad at me for reading that. That's mostly my fault. Absolutely is better than Champ. You're right. You're right about that. More injury stories. 540-583-4464. I'm gonna break the ice in a minute. Yo, you're all good, bro. We actually did get a quick call right off top from somebody else on the Facebook. So somebody beat you to it. You weren't the first call today, buddy. Attacked by a fire hydrant. I'm clicking on these one too many times. It's too long of a story. My sister stabbed herself while cutting a blood orange. Yo, I actually sliced my finger open with a serrated knife the other day and I was cutting something like this. Like I was cutting it up from the bottom because I'm fucking stupid. That's the main thing is like I'm a fucking idiot. So like as soon as it cut me, I was like, yeah, of fucking course it did. I couldn't even tell anyone. I couldn't even like. A lot of feelings. Yo, we got some people watching on Kick. Shout out to anybody watching on Kick. Any amount of people is good. I fuck with you guys. And Instagram too. We're on all kinds of platforms. Oh my God. I didn't even realize that I messed that up. It was just the Instagram live, so it's probably not that big of a deal, but handle fell on this dude's toe and broke it. Worst pain I've ever had. This dude's had a good life. Found this in my bio book. I don't know if that's considered a funny injury, but I mean, I'm laughing. So you're a little offset from that chair tonight. Oh, there it is. And mini, I'm small. Yeah, I scaled myself down. I felt like I was too big in this window. I don't know. I could be bigger. I don't know what's appropriate. Like it could be huge and still look normal, I think. Like that's too big, but it still doesn't look crazy. But like, see like that, I think is how I had it before. And then I scaled it down. Like that's too small. Is it? Yeah. See, I think that's a sweet spot. For whatever reason, it just it crops it so weird. It didn't used to do that. I set some kind of resolution for the camera where it crops it hella tight, but that's fine. Dangerous VR said, yo, I've been seeing people get, I don't know if it's just because I'm on TikTok a lot or what, but I have been seeing people get fucked up playing VR. And I have a VR and I have went headfirst into the wall more than once, like twice, not bad, but I do see how it's possible. Like I'm not going to take off and run. Like I'm not that stupid, but like I do get how it's possible. I just shaved my head so fast before this show. I'm sure it's all fucked up in the back. punched me in the face. Yeah, that's the main thing I tell my kids when they're playing the VR is I'm like, yo, they cannot see you right now, so stay away from your sister because she will crack you. Not worth calling for, but a history of managing to hit my head on toilets. As a teen, the first time, had to puke. Bathroom was dark. My eyes didn't adjust. Lost my balance. Smacked the toilet. Last time it happened was less than a year ago. A lot of these are you're just throwing up. Go throw up outside. I mean, maybe you'll get more hurt outside, but most of the accidents in the home happen in the bathroom. So you're kind of asking. You're kind of putting yourself there. I've passed out in the bathroom before. I've just kind of zoned out in the shower after a wrestling practice and like full on. Next thing I know, I was like looking at the toilet on the bath rat and I was like, what the fuck is that? Why am I on the ground right now? Like, if you've ever been choked out or passed out, like the next thing that you think of is like, wait, why is that wrong? Like, why am I on the, like, just one thing can be off and you're like, oh shit, I was just unconscious. I got it. Somebody's calling. What's up? It says your name's
Hello?
Jay. Is that it?
Yeah, I live in Mexico right now, so sorry if my English isn't that good. It's been like, I don't know, 13 years since I've lived in the United States.
You know what? It sounds great to me.
But all right, it's just I don't speak with a lot of people that speak English here. But the topic is injuries, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to live in Texas when I was young. Like, I don't know, like I did like elementary, junior high, and high school there. And one time I was like 16 years old, dude, and I went out partying. It was like a Friday or Saturday, and like, you know, you hang out, and like this was in Texas, so it was like the pit, the fire pit, like going on, and everybody's around there, and you're having a good time. So like there's beer and shit, and it's like, I don't know, it started like at 10 at night. So like I didn't get permission from my mom to go, but I just went. I got in my truck and left. And it used to, like, man, I'm sorry if I can't speak English right now, but I'm just remembering, um like I got really fucked up, like hard, like it, like I just didn't remember. I just remember my mom calling me. She's like, "Where are you at?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know." Like, you don't want to tell her where you're at, and she's like, "Well, I want you in the house like in 20 minutes," and I'm like, I don't know, 30 minutes away, you know. So I just get in my truck. I remember just like chugging the last beer and like telling everybody like, you know, like later, dude, and I'm gone. And like I did, yeah. But like the fucked up part that what I haven't said is like we were doing coke, dude. We were doing like lines of coke, and before I left, like I just like lit up a cigarette, you know, to stay awake, and did a line, and like I'm going home, you know, 'cause my mom's like calling me, and she's like, "Where you at? You know, you need to get home and shit." So while I'm driving, I black out. Like I don't remember shit. I just remember like the steering wheel is like in my lap. Um, there's like a big ass hole in like the front windshield, and like the crazy part is that like nobody heard the the accident. Nobody came out or nothing because like the houses are like way in the back of the property, and I just remember waking up because my mom's like still calling, and I just hear the phone ringing, and this was like, I don't know, like 2006, and like I didn't have a ringtone. I just had like the phone, you know, that the just ringing and ringing, and she's like, "Where you at?" I'm like, "I don't know, but you need to hurry up and pick me up before like the cops get here." And and like before I get arrested, and she's like, where does your friend live, or like how do I get there? Like I don't even know how to tell her where she lives. Like it's like really deep in the woods, you know. It's these are like big ass properties, and I don't know how to tell her how to get there. And I'm like, well, um like call this girl and tell her if she can tell you where he lives, you know, because it was like they were dating or whatever. where the party was going on, where like this guy's house was at. And she gives my mom the instructions like how to get there, like the way to get there. And like I don't know, like 20 minutes later, she like finds me, and I'm like kind of freaking out, and she's like, "What the fuck happened?" I'm like, "I don't know." I just like the car was the truck was pretty much like total, dude.
What did you
The
hit?
thing that
You just
saved my
ran off the
life was
road or what?
I hit a tree. No, I ran off the road. I took like 10 meters of like this wooden fence, and I hit a tree. And like my uncle, I have an uncle that has he has like a tow. He has a tow truck. The next day he told me, he's like, the thing that saved your life was that the tires popped. Like the back tires, like they popped, and that pretty much kind of slowed down the truck. And because I wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
God
Yeah.
damn, bro.
And
That's crazy. Were you hurt at
yeah.
all? Like,
yeah, hold on. I was. Like I didn't feel shit. Like I broke the windshield with my head. Like my hand was swollen because it's standard, so you're like on the shit. Your hand is on the shift, on the gear shift, and like the steering wheel broke. Like the whole thing just landed on my lap. So like, yeah, my mom picked me up, and she called her brother, and they went to go pick up the truck. And like what I took down from the fence, they went to he walked towards the house and like explained to the dude. He's like, yeah, well, my nephew was drunk, and he like took off this he knocked down this much of your post. And they're like, okay, so are you gonna pay? They're like, no, we'll have somebody come in the morning and like fix this shit, because it was just like a wooden fence. It wasn't like concrete or anything. Yeah, so I just remember like going home, and my mom was like kind of scared and shit, because
she's aiding
like
and
kind of
abetting
freaking out a little bit. Yeah, dude. But the crazy part, like I told you, like no cops came, nobody went outside, nobody heard this shit. So it was like, that was the crazy part for me, because I was freaking out, because I'm like, man, cops are gonna come or something. But I'm like in the backwoods, like, like rebels, rednecks, immigrants and shit like that, like those types of backwoods.
Yeah, DUIs are pretty standard in Texas, I would think too.
Yeah, like you can shoot your gun, and like you're not gonna hit anybody over there, because like the properties are so big, and like the houses are like way back there, not in the front. But like I just remember going to sleep like in my house, and my mom, she used to have like this she would call everybody like, oh, he had an accident, like all my family. I remember like waking up in the morning and like opening my eyes and seeing people around them, like, oh shit, am I dead? Like thinking to myself, like, what the fuck, am I dead? Or like early morning me or something. It freaked me out, because like she called everybody, and like my uncle that went to go pick up the truck, he just came laughing. He's like, dude, this is what you did. Like the truck was like total wrecked. It didn't flip over or anything. It just hit a tree. Well, since it was a weekend, like no chiro, my mom didn't want to take me to like to no hospital or anything to check if I was all right. But I was like really crooked. Like one of the discs in the spinal cord like kind of twisted.
Fuck.
And yeah, and like when we went to the chiropractor, because I didn't break anything, I just had like pieces of glass in my head. Like when I would take a shower, like shards little by little would like just like start coming out, like by themselves. Like for like 3 days, since like your body rejects anything that isn't like natural or normal.
Yeah.
So like I would be like showering, and like little shards of glass would just like start falling, or I could see them like shining when I would shower. So the first time I went to the chiropractor, because at first she decided to take me, she's like, well, explain to him, like tell him that that you had like a 4-wheeler accident, like I fell off the 4-wheeler or something. And like the funny part, like the doctor knows what the fuck happened, like they could tell like you're all kind of like twisted, and
you're all fucked up. It looks like you were in a fucking high-speed car accident.
Yeah, And he's like, well, it doesn't look like you fell off a four-wheeler or hit something. And well, I couldn't say anything, but like, yeah, dude, I went to like the chiropractor for like 6 months, like 3 times a week, and all he would do was like just like kind of like twist me like a pretzel, and like something would snap, and that's it. And they would charge me like $83 for that, or $85 or something like that. And,
Did it fix you?
just to do that. Yeah, dude, it was like little by little. And the thing about it was that like I got straightened up a little bit more before school started. So like nobody knew. I like a lot of people at school didn't know, or like my friends that I would hang out, like I didn't know that I like got fucked up, because I was working at Burger King at that time too, and like I would wear like this not do-rag, but like a wave cap, just to like to cover up the scar that was like that I had on my head. Yeah, and wear the hat too. And yeah, I remember that. Like, it was just like the craziest thing, and all because I just listened to my mom. She's like, "I want you at the house in 20 minutes," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna get there." And from there on,
okay, hold on. Let's take a beat. It is hilarious that you're saying it was your mom's fault you crashed the whip when you were fucked up. Like, that's a great stance to take, and I'm not saying that's wrong. I really applaud that level of like deferment. I'm gonna allow it. But aside from the fact most people would say you were very wrong for driving drunk, but I
know I'm wrong because I know I'm wrong because like she's expecting me at the house like at 11 or 12, and I'm like 2 in the morning, like fucked up, and she's like, well, you know, he's hanging out or whatever, and she doesn't know that I'm drunk. She just thinks that I'm like,
she
I'm
just
out
thought you
partying,
were breaking curfew. She didn't know you were hella fucked up.
Yeah.
But also, if she'd been like, hey, get home in 20 minutes, and you were like, well, I'm shithouse drunk right here, like, I need a second, she'd be like, she would have still said, tell me how to get there, and you would have still got, or she would have just been like, you fucking asshole. Like, she would have still been mad, but she probably wouldn't have been like, drive your drunk ass home right now. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I know. Like, there's a lot of things that, like, I could have told her or, like, not paid attention, but the thing that I remember, just like, she's like, well, I want you in this house in 20 minutes and this and that. And I'm like, fuck, okay, I'm going.
Yeah, plus when you're scared, and you're like, plus also, no matter how drunk you are, if you've been doing coke, I know you think you can drive. That's like a number one common denominator about anybody who's done those two things. As soon as you have any cocaine, you're like, yo, I can drive right now. Let's go. Like, so I get it. It's just crazy that you were so fucked up that was it. Like, you were like, that's the blackout point.
Yeah, I didn't see the accident. I think I remember just like opening my eyes a little bit and seeing the accident happening a little bit, but not like the part where I crash or wake up.
The main part of this story that I like is that your family just rushed into action to help you. Your mom on the way got you out of there. Your uncle came, got the truck, talked to the people who did this fence so they didn't call the cops. Like, everybody that you came in contact with to help you, the other person gave your mom directions. Everybody in the story helped you not go to jail. Like, that's a great network of people to have.
Because I didn't know what to do, dude. Like all that time, I was just thinking of like, I need a cigarette, you know?
Yeah.
But my mom was calling me, and she's like, where the fuck you at? You know, where are you at? I know you had an accident, but like, how do you get there? Like, I don't know. Just like call one of my friends or call this girl and tell her, like, she'll tell you how to get there. And my uncle, like, the next day, just like making fun of me of like, dude, you fucked this truck up. And he would like, he had like, you know, digital cameras, you know, we used to use digital cameras like to take pictures and stuff. And I remember him just like, I'm walking out to the porch like the next day, and I'm like all crooked and shit, and he's just like there laughing and like, you know, making fun of me. He's like, dude, you fucked this shit up. And like, the worst thing that could have happened is just like me like probably hitting another car or something or somebody, but it was like at night, and like a lot of things could have gone wrong, dude, but I just hit a tree.
Yeah, basically, aside from the fact that you really almost like fucked yourself up hella bad, like everything else went right. Like, you didn't fuck up anyone else, you didn't break your neck. You know what I mean? Like, it all went pretty good for sure. Yo, I hesitate to even ask, but Are you in Mexico now because you went there because something else happened?
Oh, dude, that was like a different. Like I've been here like 13 years. I got deported a long time ago.
Oh,
Like
word.
around 2010.
I only
Yeah,
asked
and I just
because, like,
I don't know.
oh no, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no. I used to like I grew up in Mexico, dude. Like my mom, I don't know, she like took me when I was like 4 years old, I think, and I just grew up there. But I just didn't get the like, and I wasn't there when Obama, like, started giving like
Amnesty.
immigrant kids
Yeah.
like their citizenship or stuff like that. Because I was already arrested at around that time, and I got deported before that.
Yeah.
So
No, I only
like
asked like that
yeah,
because like everyone I've known that has been here from Mexico and then gone back, it's been because they did like they had a DUI like you, or like they got caught up some other kind of way, and they just fucking they didn't get deported, but they went back to Mexico before they like went to jail. You know what I mean? Like before the court date, they just went back to
yeah,
Mexico to. So when you were back
yeah,
there, and
but
then I was hearing this story, I was like, "Ooh, I wonder if something else happened," and he's laying low. Like,
no, I'm not. I'm not. I mean, they're like, that's a whole different story. While I'm here, it's like nothing. Well, yeah, it was kind of bad. Like it was a drug related thing. Like, um, I did some time, and then I got deported. So they're like, well, you can't come back for like 20 years. But it's been like 13 years, since
you're almost right
I've
back
been
in
here
it.
since like I was 20. Yeah, yeah. But like uh. A lot of friends where they're like a lot of people that I know like get deported and they stay here for like a month or something and they go back. But I don't know. I just made a life here. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna see
Yeah.
where I'm from because I used to we used to come and vacation here, but like you don't see it. You see it different as a kid, and then you see it different like growing up.
Yeah.
Like I'm a citizen here. I have a driver's license. I have I went to college here after I like when I came back. I mean, like from here I've been to France. I've been like to Egypt. It's just been like a whole different type of life. And
Sounds cool.
sometimes I wonder, like, okay, what if I would have stayed over there? And I mean, it's would I have done like the things that I
No,
do
you're
here,
absolutely
or did
right, bro.
here?
You wouldn't have done any of that shit. You'd have just been at home getting high and playing video games. You're 100% right. You're doing it right over there in Mexico. You're doing it right.
Yeah, because I was just chilling, like, like I bought a property here. I made a lot, like a life, and people were like, no, because this and that, or like, like don't go to Mexico for this, don't go to Mexico for that. Like, I mean, it's like it's pretty violent everywhere, but it's not as violent as like people like make it like blow it up.
Yeah.
Um, Family members come. Like that's where they come. They come here, and like, I get to play the tourist part. Like, well, let's go over here. Let's go to these beaches. Let's go to Oaxaca. Let's go to Mexico City. Let's go to Acapulco, and like that's the cool part about that. And they're like, and I do miss things because like I had my childhood over there.
Yeah.
Like the lakes, the rivers, the different type of people, but like I just grew up here. Like I just like made a life here, and like I just miss like the family, like where I grew up. But at the end, it doesn't matter, dude. Like I feel like good here, like
Bro,
like I
I'm
kind of
hearing a lot of
belong
growth
here.
from the DUI story up until up until now. Like you got
Oh
deported,
yeah,
but you're
yeah,
making the
dude.
most of it. Like you're building a better life in Mexico. You're doing it. 'Cause
Yeah, I mean, like I think I wouldn't have done that if I would have like still lived over there, because like I didn't have that like like that little push, Like I know I can do this. I know I know I can like actually study here, or I could have done that over there too, but I just never thought about like doing something over there, and like when I studied over here. Um, so it was just like I don't know, I just like after like 2 years in the pen, I'm like, no, I have to do something. I just can't go go and do the same thing over again.
yeah.
But that's a different story. That's like a penitentiary story. When you have like a penitentiary or jail story, that's I can talk about that.
All right, bro. I do
but
want to have a jail story
but yeah.
one, so maybe look out for that. Maybe like at the end of maybe on Friday even, or next Monday, something like that.
All right, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I was wanted to call him. Like, I wonder if I know I can call to the United States or they can call me, but I'm like, I'm gonna call and see what's up. I just like pulled up to this like 7-Eleven and I just saw like you were live and I'm like, I'm gonna call and see what's up.
Hell yeah, bro. Well, thank you. I appreciate it, man. And I hope
Yeah.
you call again. You can call on Discord too if that's cheaper for you or whatever.
No, it's free, dude. It's like a plan. It's not like a minute thing. It's just like I can call anywhere in the world for free. It's the same.
Thanks
But,
for calling, bro. That was
yeah,
a
dude,
great
I appreciate
story.
it, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
thanks for having me.
anytime. Anytime. Thanks, bro.
All right.
Have
Later.
a good one. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, fool. That's great. That started out kind of sketchy. Big DUI vibe. Everybody's gonna turn hostile against that dude right away for being drunk driver, right? But beyond that, just a gentleman, a nice fellow, I would say. Sorry, had to lock the door. I like it, man. Yo, it's crazy that he was like, yeah, I saw there was a hole in the windshield. And then he was like, my head had gone through the windshield. And he was like, I noticed the steering wheel was in my lap. And it just fucking snapped off because he broke the steering wheel with his body. Oh, my bad. Sorry, I picked up while you were screening. How's it going?
Hey, how's it going, Meatball? It's Mike.
How's it going, Mike?
Pretty good. All right, I got one for you. I didn't really rehearse this at all. I was thinking about how I'm going to tell this story, but I'm going to try to tell it the best I can.
I appreciate it.
Okay, so it's Massachusetts, 2011, and I had this girlfriend at the time, the one I moved up there for and everything, and you know how 17-year-olds are. They're going at it like fucking rabbits every chance they get.
All right.
So,
is this a sexual injury? That's what you're telling me?
No, trust me. I'll get to the injury. It's a twist. It came pretty fucking expectedly to me. I'll tell you that much.
Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to jump the gun.
Okay, so we were using the good old faithful pull-out method, and I was a little bit drunk one night and decided I just wasn't going to, which is fucking horrible. But as soon as it was over, like, you know, the heat of the moment and shit, as soon as it was over, I was like, yeah, we need to talk about this. Tomorrow morning, we gotta get our asses to CVS.
In 2011, too, I feel like the Plan B pill was more than it is now, I think.
Oh, yeah, it was like $55.
Oh, that's actually, I think that's less. That's cheaper. That's a great price. That's Costco price.
That's Costco price. But anyway, okay. So she has school the next day because she's still in high school and I'm a fucking dropout. So I get on my bike, like my BMX bike, at about fucking 11 a.m. somewhere in there. Get up, get on my bike. She's like, you need to go get me the Plan B pill. So I'm riding my bike all the way there and shit. And, you know, there's traffic. It's like noon. There's like lunch fucking traffic and shit like that by the time I get to where this incident occurred. So I hop off of a curb behind a truck that stopped in traffic at a red light. And I come out from behind the truck and I look to my right real quick. And there is a 2009 black Nissan Altima 5 feet away from me going 38 miles an hour.
It's crazy that you saw it right before it hit you too, because that means like you got the full brunt of it. Like you knew it was about to happen. Like,
oh no, I saw it and then time slowed down by like exponentially. I was like, oh fuck. I'm about to get hit by a car. This is going to hurt like a motherfucker. All right, let's do it.
So, like, how bad is it? Like, is it a dust off, or you are in an ambulance next?
Well, okay. So fucking, he hits me on the right side of the bike, like on my right side. Nissans are pretty low, and fucking, I mean, the bike was low too, but I'm not going under the fucking car. So I fucking slam, you know, I get crossed underneath me to the left, and my top half goes to the right. Bike fucking fucked up his bumper, his front headlight, his hood was dented, and his mirror was hanging off, like his driver's side mirror. But the worst part was my skull, without a helmet, hit his windshield and left a dent, like a dent in it, skull shaped, about 1.5 inches deep, and spider-webbed the whole fucking thing. I get thrown over the top. Both of my shoes fly off. I flip twice while I'm in the air and land on my back in the road.
Fuck, that sounds gnarly. So, did this fool have car insurance?
Well, I really wasn't worried about car insurance and shit like that.
That
Man,
would almost be the first thing I worried about. Like, this is someone's gonna need to pay for this.
Oh no, pay for what, man? So, well, that's the thing. Obviously, the adrenaline was pumping and everything. I get up. First thing I do is I stand right up because I'm like, yo, I'm in the middle of the fucking street laying down. You know what I mean? I don't want to get run over. So I pop up, and then I walk over to the fucking curb. I sit down, and I light a cigarette and just assess what the fuck just happened to me. Because, like, I know I'm hurt, but it doesn't hurt yet.
It's like when a deer gets shot and then it gets scared from the sound and it just runs off. It doesn't even know it's really dead yet. Like, it's just taken off because it's so fucking scared. Yeah.
No, at that moment, I had like nothing hurt. I was just like, okay, I just got hit by a car. I don't know where the fuck the bike is. I didn't even realize I didn't have shoes on, and I walked over to the curb in my socks. Sit down, light a cigarette. I'm like, I look down at my feet. I'm like, where the fuck are my shoes? Oh, wait, where the fuck is the bike? The bike is fucking like 40 feet from where I got hit.
That fucker flew. It took off.
Yeah. And fucking, okay, so these guys stop, and like, at the time, they must have been like 28, 29-year-old. It was two guys carpooling together. And fucking, they were in, you know, just buttons up and ties. It, like, you know, like, really business, but without the fucking sports coats.
Mormons. It's Mormons in this car.
And so they they basically looked like Mormons, honestly. And they stopped the car and everything because there's a shitload of witnesses. They ain't getting an H&R on this one. And so they go, holy fucking shit, are you okay? And I'm like, give me a sec. Can you grab my shoes for me? Like, that was my first thing. I was like, can I have my fucking shoes? I know they're around here somewhere. And no, they went and grabbed my shoes, and they're like, is there anything we can do for you? Anybody we can call? And I was like, just fucking give me a second. Jesus
all the
Christ,
cash in your wallets now, motherfuckers. Immediately.
No, that's exactly what I did. I was like, I'm not going to get in the ambulance. I got a place to be. I'm not, like, I have to do this today. Right now. The pharmacy fucking closes at 4. I gotta go.
Dude, I need $55 cash and I'll be on my way. Let's do it.
No, I did. I was like, give me my shoes. Go get my fucking bike. The chain flew off it. I was like, put the fucking chain back on my bike. Right now, because I got to use that to get where I'm going. And I want $500 cash right now. right now, and I don't get in the ambulance. I don't give any names. I never even saw your license plate. These two motherfuckers whip out their wallets real quick and hand me fucking 300
That's tight.
and the rest in small bills.
That's pretty great. Now you're not even mad. Like you have a concussion and $500. You're gonna net $445 on the day once you buy this Plan B. Like overall, pretty good. Pretty good.
And like they were like, I'm so sorry. And honest to God, if you really think about the situation, I was the fucking idiot weaving in and out of stop and go traffic on a fucking bicycle blind. I was like, it really is my fault. I was dumb as shit.
Well, it sounds like you know how that one's gonna land. Well, at least it sounds like you won. At least it might have been your fault, but it sounds like you still won. I mean, you could still be fucked up from it right now. Like your brain could have never gotten better for all I know, but it still sounds like a win to me, the way I'm hearing it right now.
Oh no, my brain has definitely been a downhill slope since then for many a reason. But yeah, but yeah, pretty much like fucking my ankle still clicks to this day because I broke that too on his front bumper. But
Wow.
all in all, when I was getting up to leave and they were getting up to leave, and I was signing the fucking, don't bring me to the hospital fucking form for the ambulance that arrived. I took a look at this Nissan Altima, and I swear to God, my body did more damage to that fucking car than it did to me.
Yeah, you totaled that car, bro. They couldn't even put you all the way out, but you totaled that car.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for listening to me, Paul. Have a good one.
Appreciate it, man. Pretty good. My foot's been run over by a car, and I have fallen out of a car that was moving like in a parking lot. Like when I was in high school, my homie had a truck, and for whatever reason, like I would just try to be hanging out the window all the time. It was 2008. It was popular at the time locally to be hanging out of the car like that. So, but like, bro, I one time I ran up. He was driving in a parking lot, and I ran up and I tried to jump. I don't know what made me think I could do this. I felt pretty, I was athletic at the time, but there was no way I could have done this. I tried to jump up and go both feet into the truck window, like I basically drop kick myself into the truck, and I hit. In my defense, the dent on the truck is within like 2 inches of the window. Like it's like a fat dent. The whole rest, like it never got fixed, but it was a fat dent like right under the window. I was like, yo, I almost made it, but I landed straight flat on my back, like trying to jump into like it was barely moving, but enough. Or if it wasn't moving, then I hurt myself bad enough that I don't remember that story very good. Either way. I like how he said like several things wrong with the car, and then he was like, also my skull went through the windshield. My mouth is so dry. One blunt for this show, and have the driest mouth imaginable. 500 cash is cool. I think you could have got real insurance money, but like you said, they would have found a way not to pay you. If it was your fault, then you probably knew better. You were like, insurance isn't going to pay me shit. I was fucked up and driving this bike through. It's funny that like the whole Plan B part of that story too, like it was a great preface, and the whole time he was getting hit by the car, I was like, is he still going to get this Plan B in time? Is he? A couple of years ago, I walked in the kitchen in the middle of the night, so all the lights were off. As I was walking through the hallway, I slipped in something wet, which I thought was water, and went and turned on the light, and it was dog vomit, and my toe was hurting, so I looked at my foot. My toe was bent to the side. Damn. Broke his toe slipping in dog vomit. Yo, I, one time in the middle of the night, went to go get a water in the kitchen, and I was walking back. This was maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, and I slipped on some water that had spilled. Like one of my kids spilled water and didn't clean it up, like right before bed. and I full on blew out my knee. Like I slipped and landed stacked up over my knee. Like my knee was bent. I landed on my back with my knee all twisted. Bro, like immediate pop, like full on. Like I was fucked up. Like I was fucked up. Oh shit, we got Drew calling. This is Drew's 49th call. That means he's close to something big. A real accomplishment. What's up, man? How you doing?
Doing good, man. How are you?
I am good. I'm very good.
Fuck yeah. All right, so I got I got two little quick ones. First one didn't happen to me, but it was one of my fucking buddies. We were all chilling over at one of our other friends' house. He had like a 5-foot bong, that you can't fucking light your fucking self. So somebody's got to fucking light it for you. So, fucking smoking that. This dude goes to fucking hit it. And he starts coughing his fucking ass off. And then, like, the worst coughing you can fucking imagine. And then he just, like, kind of falls over, like, hunches over, like somebody just fucking kicked him in the nuts. And he's like, oh my God, my fucking nuts hurt so fucking bad. Like, he's in, like, writhing pain for, like, 20 minutes before, like, we get our other friend's mom involved. And she's like, oh my God, well, fucking, I don't know what to do. Let's call your parents. Parents fucking come, pick him up. They take him to the fucking hospital. And fucking, this dude had a testicular torsion where he had coughed so fucking hard, his nuts fucking wound up like in a fucking knot together.
He coughed.
Which
coughed
I
his
didn't
balls
even know
into
was
a
fucking
knot.
possible.
That's pretty crazy.
Dude, I had never fucking in my life had heard some shit like that before. I was like, I've coughed my fucking ass off before, but never that fucking bad.
Did he ever recover?
Yeah, it's one of those things like the balls will kind of untie themselves. So like they gave him something, I guess, for maybe discomfort, but it took like maybe a couple days and then they went back to normal. And he was fine after that, but we gave him a shit ton of shit for it, like forever until he moved out there to California with y'all.
That's fucking crazy, dude. Like to cough yourself to the hospital is like every time you start coughing, you can't stop. Like you kind of think like for a second, like, yo, this might be really bad, but there's never any real consequence. You know what I mean? But that sounds bad.
I mean, you never think that your balls are going to get tied in a knot, and then at fucking age 15, your parents are going to have to pick your ass up from somewhere, take you to the hospital, and the fucking doctors examine you and say, your balls are twisted. And you have to explain what happened. Why are they twisted? What were you doing at your friend's house?
Right. It also
Smoking
just
weed
sucks
and all
because like
just
I cough
coughing.
hard all the time. Like I'm doing dabs, I'm smoking weed all day. Like I'm coughing hard 15 times a day. Now you've given me something I'm going to be scared about all the time. So it's going to be a lot to walk around with.
You have no idea. I've had to live with it, and I'm glad to share it with you too now.
And you're dealing with that and the Truman Show thing. You could probably have no rest. Like
it gets easier as you go. It's fine. All right. And the other little story was about first time I went cliff diving up at the fucking lake. Nobody had told me. Okay, so fucking it's like a 25 foot cliff, like not super fucking high, but still like
nobody
high enough.
told
Like
you that was
look down and you're like,
dangerous?
fuck, I don't even really know. Huh?
I said, nobody told you that was dangerous?
I mean, people were doing it all the time, but it's the shit that you look at and you're like, oh man, I'm gonna fucking be the one. I'm gonna hit a rock or fucking something.
It's possible for sure.
So that's what I was expecting to fucking happen. That's what I was like, at the worst, like, I'm just going to fucking break my ankle or my fucking leg. Like, it's the summer. Let's have fun. But fucking, I go, I run, and I jump off this fucking cliff, and nobody fucking tells me that when you jump from a certain height and you're, you know, I knew to put my legs together and keep them stiff, but nobody.
Oh, he died. Oh, he's calling right now. All right. What happened? Nobody told you what?
Oh my God. Okay. Nobody told me when you fucking jumping into this fucking certain height of water, clench your asshole. Because otherwise that water will shoot straight up your ass and penetrate you like a hard fucking cock. Because as soon as I fucking hit that water, that's exactly what fucking happened. It felt like somebody fucking falcon punched me straight in the fucking asshole. And so fucking I go down under the water and I come up and I don't want to be like, oh my God, guys, my fucking asshole, I just got raped by the lake. So I'm trying to like kind of casually swim off. Like nobody's really paying attention to me, thankfully, so I can just kind of saunter off to the side and I'm just like holding on to the edge of the rocks while everybody's climbing up. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm just going to take a second.
That's pretty great. Well, I'm glad that you weren't. I'm glad it like it didn't burst your insides out. Like it sounds like water could have shot out your mouth and that would have been it. Like, you know what I mean? Could have gone right through you like a gun.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it could have gotten a lot worse. And I mean, honestly, like that pain only kind of went away within like maybe 10 minutes. So I guess I maybe I would favor that as to breaking my fucking like whole leg or ankle and not being able to walk and ruin my summer. So I mean, just get raped once for a little bit, and you know, just take that.
Now you're probably
not the
going to be
worst thing
scared
that can happen.
like of water more than jumping. Like heights are the least of it.
No, I've been working in chicken plants up in like 3 stories, like no support. Like no, I'm good with heights.
Well, I'm glad you recovered from that.
Yeah, I just learned fucking clench my asshole.
Well, as long as you learned a lesson, then it wasn't a mistake, you know?
There you go, exactly. And then I was still I jumped a couple of times more off of that cliff, so it was a good time.
There you go. If it didn't stop you, then it couldn't have been that bad.
You know, a little bit of pain for a lot of fun.
Oh, that seems like a good.
All right, man. I'll talk to you next time, man.
All right, man. Sounds good. Yo, so I live on the river, like where I live in Sacramento, it's like right on the river, right? So we would always go hang out at the river. My dad from a very young age was like, that water will kill you. It looks like you could swim in it, but you'll die. He's like, right underneath is a current that will just suck you right in and no one will even be able to find you until it's too late. So I have a very healthy fear of the river. And guess what? Every summer, like 8 people die in the river. So he wasn't wrong, and I'm not wrong to be scared. I used to do a joke on stage where my dad would say, like, hey, if your friends try to get you to go in the river, you just tell them, like, I'm not allowed. And I was like 28 and I was at the river and my friends threw a football and it went in the river and it was starting to go. And they're like, can you grab it before it goes down the river? And I was like, sorry guys, I'm not allowed. But like just with the same way my dad was with the river, I tell my kids not to go on rope swings. I watch TikTok all day, every day. And I have seen any video that has a rope swing, someone gets fucked up. Bad. Real bad. And it never goes good for even 3 people in a row. Like, you know what I mean? Like, someone's getting hurt badly. I had a roommate when I was living in Oak Park. I had a roommate on the wrestling team with me, and he was down at the river. I wasn't with them, or I could have stopped this. I would have told him not to do it. But he jumped off. I think he jumped off. I think it was a rope swing. Again, I wasn't there, but I think this is why I'm remembering the story right now. Is he went off the rope swing. He jumped into the fucking river, but I think he landed in a shallow. He comes up, his foot's like off the wrong way. He like freaks out. He grabbed his foot, puts it straight. That's like one of the worst things you can do when your shit's on backwards. He fucked his shit up way worse trying to put it back than when it initially got fucked up. The doctors, when he got to the hospital, was like, yeah, don't do that, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Don't do that. And that's just one of many rope swing stories I know. So if I could impart anything with you, don't go on the rope swing. And if your friends try to make you go off the rope swing, just tell them you're not allowed and tell them I'm the reason. You've been court ordered not to go off the rope swing. Not after last time. Sorry to scar you guys with the twisted nuts. No, it's fine. It's fun to find a new thing to get scared of. Nothing wrong with that. What else happened to me? Oh, I think I told this story on the stream, but one time I was waiting for too long for my parents to let me into their apartment complex, and I climbed up. I put my foot on the knob of the locked gate where like you can only open it from the inside or if you have a key. And I climb over like the part where it's supposed to be tall enough you can't climb over it. And I swing my leg over. As I swing my leg over and push from the other, like to put my foot on the other side to get down, the door swings open. I fell off the fucking bar, land like from at least 6 feet up straight on my back. My homie's in the car fucking dying, laughing. I lost all the air in my body for like a full minute. And I remember getting up and my back fucking hurting, and I was like, oh, guess what? I just fucked myself up doing something really stupid. And I remember as I was falling, I remember thinking to tuck my chin, and I tucked my chin, and they still had like a pretty big lump on the very bottom of the back of my head. So I almost could have just smacked the fucking shit out of my head. But thanks to a 1 minute segment of that Tough Enough show where Al Snow was coaching some professional wrestlers, I remembered to tuck my chin, and I took the bump like a champ, and I was fine. Just a little bit stiff. One time my friend was injured, and he was rehabbing his shoulder in the training room at our high school, and he was doing push-ups on a big exercise ball. His hands were on the ball, and he was like doing push-ups to stabilize his shoulder. And as he started to push himself up, I ran up and kicked the medicine ball out from under him. His arm goes off all crazy. It was already hurt. He screams. I'm immediately laughing hysterically. He's like one of my best friends. So like it's hilarious to me because I'm also rude. So I'm like cracking up. The trainer is like, get out right now. She's like fucking screaming at me instantly. And I was like, okay. I'm sorry. I can't go. I still got to get my stuff because I was always in the training office to get some shit. So like, I was like, all right, I won't go. I'll be good. She yelled at me for like no less than 10 minutes straight. I still didn't get actually kicked out though. So. Yeah, man. Sorry I've been missing a couple shows the last couple weeks. I've been in like an ongoing thing with fucking Xfinity. And I ended up paying them a bunch of money. But then today they also credited my account. Like they made my monthly bill hella low. And they credited me enough to cover like 2.5 months of the bill. So no matter how mad I've been the last couple weeks, today I'm fucking with them. I'm fucking with you, Xfinity. You got me back. I'm fucking with you. We're out here streaming in 4K. And I'm basically getting free internet for a minute. So hard to argue with that. And Xfinity customer service is a piece of shit, but I filed a complaint with the Public Utilities Commission. And 2 days later, someone from the corporate Xfinity office called me to fix shit. And it did get kind of fixed. And I think if I hadn't fixed it myself before he contacted me, he could have fixed it the rest of the way. Like, I wish that guy would have called 2 days ago before I paid them a fuckload of money. I paid Xfinity a fuckload of money. And I think if he called me before then, I wouldn't have had to do that. But it still ended up all right. So I'm going to try to keep rocking with it. Funny that Drew's got multiple people scared about coughing their balls into a knot. I think we are going to do jail stories on Friday, honestly. Honestly, to the Mexican homie. I hope he calls back with jail stories. We had that dude that used to watch that was a CO. I'll try to remember his name and DM him. I got several homies that have been to jail, so I will try to get them to call. And if you've been to jail and your homies have too, please come to court on Friday and talk about it. This will be the most fun you've ever had in court talking about jail. I can promise you. So Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific time, jail stories. And what's funny is, like, even with the limited audience, I know most of you motherfuckers have been to jail, so we will have plenty to go off of. I guess I'm not necessarily wrapping it up. If anybody new that's popping in right now wants to watch 540-583-4464, go ahead and call in. Talk about a funny injury. I'm glad that we heard a lot of good stories tonight already. We heard about an alleged DUI. The first story was good too, though the contents of it are eluding me now because I'm really high. I don't remember. We'll have to watch the tape back on that one. I'm still stoked for that dude who crashed his car when he was drunk. Like, nobody got hurt but him, and his family immediately got him out of the jam. Like, that's as good as it could have gone. Hold my best one already. What was your jail story about, Drew? I'm sure if you mention it, I'll remember. You got the Discord link up a couple places. The Facebook supporter. Yo, if you want to watch subscriber comps on Facebook, $5 gets you 26 subscriber comps. Nobody else gets to see. Oh yeah, the wet dream in jail. Yes, I remember that story. Crazy. I might have to go back and clip that one. I forgot about that. No, just kidding. I won't do that. Because it's yucky. So yeah, let's hear jail stories. I see a bunch of TikToks from people who are in jail and TikTok lives of people who are in jail, and I watch that shit religiously. So I am always here for jail stories, and I'm excited. You know what? I'm excited. So yeah, let's keep it short and sweet tonight. Why not? I'm about to get on the Fortnite. If anybody's trying to play Fortnite, GR8, Uncle Meatball, let's play Fork Knife. And other than that, I will see you guys Friday. Jail stories. Drop a follow, drop a sub, turn on notifications, like and share the stream. The whole thing that Mr. Beast would say at the end of his video, if this was his. And I'll see you guys Friday. Court is adjourned. Oh, and I'll play this. Oh.